How vibes. What's up, everyone? Today I wanted to make a video about our mental health. And part of being mentally strong is being able to understand what comes in and out of your mind, as within, so without. If you're not aware of pretty much what's going on inside of your mind, then you'll start to notice that a lot of things pop up in your life. You might notice that you might respond to certain situations the wrong way. You might tune into your ego, or you might over exaggerate and stuff like that. But what I really wanted to get into in this video is learning to digest the information that you get before you release it. And this is a very important thing, because a lot of people, they hear like videos and stuff, like you may watch my video, you may get some information, and then before actually taking that information and processing it and digesting it and applying it and letting it flow through you and seeing how it manifests in your life and seeing everything about the information, most people, they'll watch my video or something and then they'll instantly just tell somebody else about the information. It's kind of like, and not like specifically just my videos, because I know it's like people will do this with like Astro Sosin videos. He definitely puts out a lot of information out there, but there's a lot of people who they'll watch his video and then they'll just make a video based off what he said, and they don't actually know what they're talking about. You see, there's many cases where people will make videos, but they don't actually know the information because they never actually took time to digest it and really absorb the energy within the information and allow yourself, pretty much allow your spirit to absorb that energy and allow it to raise your vibration. Because once you're able to get the energy and from the information, and once you're able to truly apply it into your life, that's when you'll start to see a difference. It's like, for example, if you were eating like a lot of meat, because this happens with people who eat a lot of meat. Sometimes your body, it may be hard to digest the meat. And if your body is not digesting it, it can cause certain health problems. The meat won't properly digest and it'll just sit there in your stomach. And that's the same thing that happens in your mind is, when you're getting a whole bunch of information, a whole bunch of like dense information, and you're not actually taking time to process it, you can get a PTU overload. And I'm not going to get too deep into that, but basically what happens is you're getting in too much information, and now your mind doesn't pretty much know what to do with it, and you end up pretty much falling off your path because you don't actually see results from the information until you apply it, until you process it, until you digest it. So most people, they'll hear information and stuff, but they won't actually take time to ask themselves questions based off what they're hearing. So like, for example, something that I truly recommend is when I'm giving you these videos and stuff, I recommend you to ask yourself everything that I'm telling you in this video. Like, am I digesting the information? Am I processing the information? Am I am I meditating? Am I journaling? Am I keeping my mental health on point? Am I keeping my physical health on point, my spiritual health? Am I, ask yourself these questions, and that's going to allow you to pretty much break down the information more, decode the information, Because really, it's just like decoding it so that you can understand, understand, and then overstand. And until you actually do that, where, until you actually understand, understand, and overstand, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. You're not going to get the message. And in order to truly process a message, you need to go deep inside yourself and ask yourself what that message means to you. Because once you do that, your spirit will pretty much guide you through the information and allow you to understand it much more. Because you might hear this message right now and you might not actually understand anything I'm saying. And that's because, your mind has to get used to processing a certain type of information or a certain frequency. It's like, even like when you're eating certain food, if you're adjusted to eating junk food and then you all of a sudden change your diet into like a healthy diet, your body needs to adapt to the shift. It's like, you might actually get sick from eating those healthy foods now and go through a certain cleansing process because your body's not used to digesting, the more high-vibing foods. It's only used to digesting the low-vibing foods. So that's the same thing with information, is that, you're so used to watching the programs on the TV and video games and all that, that when you watch a video like mine, you're not going to understand what I'm saying until you actually reach a certain stage of consciousness where you can therefore digest the information and process it. Now, I'm not trying to get too deep in this video, but basically what I want, my main point in this video is to go deeper into the different things that are coming into your mind. Ask yourself what's coming in before you just allow it to just do whatever it's doing. And before you actually release the information, make sure that you understand, and overstand what you're releasing. Because, a lot of the fake spiritual gurus out there, they don't understand what they're talking about. And that's the last thing you want to be. You don't want to be a psychic rebel. You don't want to be, a fake spiritual being. You want to be a real spiritual being. And to be a real spiritual being, you got to know what you're talking about. You got to truly become one with the information. Like, just become one with what you know. Where it's like, it's no longer words. It's easy for someone to speak words, but it's like, what you're giving out is an energy. And that energy is the energy of spirit. You see, it's like, eventually these videos, it's more than just words. It's more than just a message. It's that spiritual connection. It's that guidance. It's that prana, that chi. But I'm not going to get too deep into it. Just, pay attention to that. Pay attention on, what you're doing on all three aspects of the Trinity. And start asking yourself deeper questions. And know that everything starts in the present moment. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. And there's always ways we can improve our life. Spiritually, mentally, and physically. Every day, I ask myself, how can I improve my spiritual health? How can I improve my mental health, my physical health? How can I improve myself? What's new habits that I can make? What's, what can I switch up? What can I change? What pro cycles can I add? Every single day, I'm asking myself, how can I improve myself? How can I connect more with my spirit? I'm always asking myself these deeper questions because it's allowing me to become one with the energy. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let's keep turning up. My full love. High vibes.